and welcome back to Stressless Now we're going to be making a sauce which can be used for like a pasta sauce or instead of ketchup or whatever, and basically it's masquerading as just a bog standard like Domino type pasta sauce thing which most children will happily have, but it's not. And it's got way more veg and vitamins and really good stuff in it. So basically this is a way to trick your children into having vegetables. Here we go. So hopefully, as you can see, I've got quite a lot of stuff going on. So I've got parsnips. I don't peel vegetables pretty much ever. A lot of the goodness is in the skin, so whatever. We just put it all in. So basically I just chop the ends off because those ends don't blend very well. Otherwise I just put them in as well. But chop the ends off. With parsnips, I halve them because they're quite chunky. So I've got parsnips at the bottom. I've got a whole bag of carrots, and my tip is to look for supermarkets have started doing sections where it's like they're called fine but ugly or something like that, where it's just basically like they're not perfectly straight carrots, but they still taste fine. So it's like I don't know why people are fussy about how things look. Anyway, carrots, and then my top tip is butternut squash is amazing and it's buttery and beautiful, but it's a nightmare to peel. And I just think, let's not even go there. So that's the one thing that I'll like treat myself is I will get a thing of pre-chopped butternut squash. Whatever. But it's up to you. If you like doing butternut squash, that's fine. I like doing sweet potatoes, so I'm going to do a whole load of sweet potato now. And the thing that I would recommend is while you steam those things, if you do the sweet potato in the oven and roast it, not with any oil, just bake it basically, it takes on a much more caramelly thing. So basically what you want is for this to be almost as sweet as the shop bought stuff, but without any of the bad things. There we go. Because this is the trick, is we're trying to trick them into thinking that this is the sauce that they like. Yeah, so there we go. So I've got my oven on at 200, so I did probably 200 for about 40-45 minutes. And there we go. Now, once this is all done, I'll also be adding courgettes, which I'll either steam or roast. I haven't decided yet. Probably char, because it's nice to have that sort of slightly burnt flavour. A massive bag of spinach. And then a whole thing of tomato passata. And then the secret ingredient is beetroot. It makes the most yummy soup, pasta sauce, whatever. So my recommendation for seasoning is to basically put a whole load of different herbs. I did basil, oregano, sage, 3 bay leaves, parsley and thyme. And I should have done rosemary. I forgot the rosemary. Blast. I might go do the rosemary in a minute. Yeah, and then put that all in a jug with boiling hot water and steep it for about half an hour, and you get this really intense herb water, basically. And then strain it, because then you won't have any like bits in the sauce, because we want the sauce to be smooth. Here we go. I've got my lovely big pot of root vegetables, which I'm now just going to blend with a hand blender. It takes quite a while, but it's so nice. And then I'll add the other stuff. So here we go, look. This is starting to look like that sort of orangey reddy sauce that people have on pasta and stuff. Yeah, that's looking good. So obviously I'm waiting for the green still, and that will change the colour slightly, but that's fine as it is. So what I'll do is I'll wait for it to completely cool, and then I put it in sandwich bags, sort of the amount that I need. Now for us, we have it as soup, and so I know that 6 big scoops of the stuff, of the mush, will make a decent thing of soup for 2 people. So basically, if you freeze it as mush and then sort of add water and stuff when you're ready to use it, it takes less space, which is good. And also you can freeze like ice cubes of the really intense herb water, so just strain it and then freeze it. And so then literally you can just get a bag of that out of the freezer and 1 ice cube of the really intense herb stuff, whack it in the saucepan, and you're done. So like I said, you can use this as a soup, so just diluting it and then maybe adding salt and pepper if you're at the point where like your little ones can have a little bit of salt. But again, it's not necessary. It's so flavorful. And my thing is to really, really blend it so there's like no lumps, because lumps kind of equals trouble with most children. Um, Obviously, this can be used as baby food, because babies can have herbs and stuff, just not salt, so that's fine. And then things like, say, if you were doing like a bolognese, maybe add like a spoonful of Bisto, like mix up the gravy, and then plop that in, smooth that out. That's really, really nice. We've had that a couple of times. You can also add this to cheese sauce. You could, using my rainbow pasta recipe, which I think is in my old channel playlist, but I'll try and link to that because I've worked out how to do links now. Then you could make pasta out of this stuff. It's very versatile, and you could use it in pies as a sauce. You can use it on pasta, obviously. You can use it like as a dip for sausages and stuff. We often have that as like a dip for barbecues. Add a little bit of honey to it or yogurt. There's so much stuff that you can do with this sauce, but it's really good at having that sort of base thing, knowing that you're feeding your little ones and your whole family healthy stuff.